I'm very lucky because I am old enough to have seen these three great players, Bell, Lee and Summerbee play in their pomp, and this club is quite rightly paying tribute not only to these three but all around the plinth there, all the names of the players that played in that great side that won the league in 1968, the FA Cup in 69, the League Cup in 70, the Cup Winners' Cup in 70. This was a very, very successful team, and great that the club have done them the honour of this statue outside the ground. Obviously I knew Colin Bell very well. I wrote his autobiography, we became close friends, and also Franny and Mike. And at the weekend ahead of the Liverpool game, I spoke to Mike and he was very emotional about the revealing of this statue. And then after that, you'll hear from his son Nicky. The statue of you three, Franny and Colin and yourself, is going to be unveiled on Tuesday. How does that make you feel?
Well, it'd be nice if the other two were there. Difficult.
But it must be a strange feeling to think there's going to be a all-time memory of you three, and particularly you, Mike, because you're still here. You can see it on Tuesday.
It's, as I say, it's difficult, emotional. It's a great honour to have this put up, but also it would have been even bigger honour when the other two were here.
Nick, I spoke to your dad before the game against Liverpool. He was very emotional. What do you think now?
Yeah, it's been a very special day today. We came here this morning, 8:30, to see this fantastic statue here. Obviously there's no Colin and there's obviously no Francis Lee as well, which made it very emotional really. We went up, we had lunch after, showing the old videos, just showing everything really about those days. And to have this outside the ground now, for people, for the young people, the young fans, to ask the questions, to wonder who are these three players, what about that time, and I think it's perfect. It's been a really special day. I have all the family here. I live in Qatar. I've got my son who's come from Sydney, you know, to be there with the family and see Dad. And you look at the football club, and when I played here, it's a different animal altogether. The way the football club is run now, everything about it is wonderful to see. I'm looking forward to tonight. It's the first time when we get to see Haaland, we get to see the players actually live, so it's rounded off as a special day though. But you see the people coming around now and they're looking at it. I mean, this took a year and a half to be made, and they've had to get every conceivable part right. They've had to use models where literally, if you look at the shirts, it's as if the wind's been blowing through the shirt. They've got a wind machine there where all of a sudden every little detail to get it right, and if you look at it, it's perfect. So I'm looking forward to a big result tonight. I think it's going to be a big result for City, and it'll round off a wonderful day.
And it's important that we remember that era. It's not all about the modern era, is it?
Well, it's a history of football club, good or bad. It's what your history is, and this was very successful time. I was just saying before, apart from Francis, Colin and Dad came through. They won the second division and went on that way. So it's special. And what I like about the owners, what they've done at the football club, is it's like a family. It's your history of football club, and you've got to show people. It's like when you go there tonight, you'll have your Tommy Booth, you'll have your Tony, but all the ex-players which are walking around. And I think people want to see that. I think fans want to see that because they remember certain times. As I said, whether it's good or bad, but they can just have a chat with people and see it, and that's what the owners have done. Putting this up there is fantastic, because that's why it keeps it alive, it keeps it there. People want to have photographs, they want to know about it, they want to know about this, they want to know about what they won at that particular time. And I think it's a huge day. Great for Dad, delighted for Dad, because they look after him so well at the football club now, and he deserves it. And it's a happy place, that's for sure.
Eddie, as a fan who saw Bell, Lee and Summerbee, what do you think of this?
Unbelievable. As a young lad, it took me 1967 to my first ever game. And to watch those players in action, along with so many others, Neil Young was my favourite, to be honest. what a time, what a team, and they should be honoured. You could go on with that squad. You know, they were all heroes, weren't they? For me, Neil Young did so much in that team, and sadly he's not up there. But I know you can't go on forever, but you know, sadly 2 of them have gone now, and there's not that many left of the squad really.
It's nice that the club have done this. I mean, it shows that they value the club's history.
It does, and so many of the people here tonight who go weekly remember, you know, the old days of the kickback, North Stand, Black Lane, where I first went. You know, the old wind tunnels there, and the great European nights we had, and winning the league and FA Cup, European Cup, League Cup, and people forget them days, you know. And
well, we will.
We will never forget them, and I won't forget the bad days either, like yourself. So you have to take good and bad, but you know, they were icons. They were my heroes.
I think Colin should be at the front.
They're all great though, aren't they?
They all, yeah. Remember Bob Brightwell used to sing, "Hi ho, it's off to Mexico with Lee and Summerbee. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho." So yeah, fitting. 3 greatest players ever to play for Manchester City, if not the greatest.
What are you thinking tonight? Fairly comfortable tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. They're both qualified now, aren't they?
Well, they need a point tonight to be top of the group. They qualified, of course.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what sides they put out, you know. So, but, yeah.
You're impressed, aren't you?
Yeah, nice.
Well, it's great, isn't it? It's I think he's got all the character in it that it should. It's not just an inanimate object. You can see all of them in it. You can see what they're doing. You've got memories there, haven't you? I mean, I didn't see them play live. My mum, my dad did, but you can feel it. It's got a right emotion to it. Brilliant.
I agree with everything.
John, what do you think your dad would make of all this?
So you know, Daddy would have been a little bit embarrassed for me to think there's a statue, but I'm sure deep down he would have been very proud. So it's great recognition of the 3 of them. More important for him is the names around the plinth. So obviously not an individual game, it's a team game. So he would have been proud to see all the other teammates around there. A nice day today. Alan Oakes came out, and Bucky, Tommy Boo, Joe Corrigan. So a lot of players around to celebrate that era really. So
knowing your dad as I did, I don't think he'd be emotional, but inside he might have been a bit emotional, eh?
Yeah, he wouldn't have let it show, would he? And I did tell him about the statue before he died. He didn't know about it. He didn't really show much emotion then, but I'm sure deep down he'd feel proud. The thing that made him proud was the relationship with the supporters. So the supporters like it, makes them remember the good days. Then obviously we've got good days today, but the good days in the 60s and 70s, he'd be happy with that as well.
So we come to the game tonight. I mean, it looks on paper straightforward, this, doesn't it? A draw secures top spot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've been in this situation a few times, it's a little bit of a dead rubber, as always, but obviously if we can get the point quick and easy, but you know, we still always try and look for the 3 points as much as possible. It's looking like a solid lineup from what I've seen earlier, so yeah, why not try and go for the 3 points, not rest on the 1, and you know, try and finish this group unbeaten, hopefully. So yeah, let's see. Leipzig aren't no walkovers either, but I think they have quite a lot of injuries at the minute, like Danny Olmo, Timo Werner. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully get all 3 points in nice and easy, ready for the weekend against Spurs.
Are you dreaming of another treble?
I mean, we've done it once already. I mean, what can we say? You know, I don't think there's any teams that have done it twice, let alone twice in a row. So, you know, we can always dream, you know, but let's kind of stick to our roots, get the Premier League again. No one's done 4 in a row, so, you know, that's a priority for me, I feel. And then, you know, trickle along from there, see if we can do the Champions League again, and then maybe the FA Cup. Who knows?
I think we'll be alright tonight. It'll be back in a winning run, won't we? You know what I mean? After a couple of we've been at it. I'd like to see Doku playing on the wing again, you know what I mean? Because I think he causes teams problems. So we'll be alright, I think, tonight.
So then set Spurs up well, won't it?
Yeah, luckily Spurs have got a few injury problems, so hopefully they won't be the jinx that they have been on Sunday, will they? So we should be alright. Fingers crossed, we're back in winning ways. Should have beat the Scousers, should have put them to bed early doors first half. Spurs will have them.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
A team coached by Malcolm, but managed by Joe. They glittered on the floodlit nights and dazzled in the snow. We drink a drink to Colin the King. The King, the King. And no one ever made the Kidnapped sing more than our beloved number 8.
Missed two very positive chances, and to be honest, the first half was a very confusing first half. I'm hoping we'll buck up in the second half and get the 2 goals back. But certainly the defence looked suspect, but we had at least 2 definite chances of scoring. So to be 2-0 down, I think we've only got ourselves to blame.
They could turn it around then in the second half.
I think so, yeah. Leipzig looked very well organised, but I also think that we are good enough to get a couple back.
So you're right.
So do I.
I thought we was poor at the start, but we come good in the end.
Yeah, first half, second half.
What was the difference?
The subs, all the subs.
Well, I thought we didn't play very well in the first half, to be honest with you. I thought we were a bit all over the place, to be honest. But second half, obviously, Pep must have had a plan. Once Josko come on, I thought the game completely changed. And I thought, yeah, the result we needed, top the group, next stage, get the second games at home, which is where we favour in the previous season. So,
like me, you must have been a bit surprised by that first half.
Oh yeah. Nothing like what we're usually like. So yeah, not the usual City of the last few years. But obviously, as a lot of City fans know, you know we're not exactly always the best.
Well, of course, if you've got Haaland in your team and then Alvarez comes on and Foden, you get some goals and the game can
obviously,
change.
but I understand, obviously, Alvarez must have been knackered, which is why obviously he didn't start with the games that he's been playing in South America and stuff. So I understand, obviously, we have to rotate, but we're limited at the moment, aren't we, with the injuries that we've got. But we just need De Bruyne back. And I think games like that as well is where we really miss Gundogan as well. You know, that midfield. I know Akanji's trying to do the John Stones role, but
once we got that first couple of goals, the third one seemed pretty inevitable. Once we kind of played as we know we can play and as we usually play, then I didn't have many doubts that we would get the third goal and we would win.
I think that's the turning point. I mean, obviously they've drawn 2 games in a row before that against Chelsea and Liverpool. Spurs and Villa are the next 2. Does that win maybe change the momentum a little bit?
I hope so. I think at the moment we're just trying to work out how to play with a team that's missing players that have become key to how we played since the end of last season. But hopefully it's glad to see Rico Lewis playing well in midfield again. So hopefully he can bring that into our league games and help us until we get kept back.
What can I say? 2 goals down for us to finally get into life, and that it was a weird first half. At the end of the day, it was because we had the players out there in the first half, that we play for control, but then they were trying to play for chaos, and then Leipzig had us on the break on more than one occasion, and then it was weird because then the changes in the second half were for chaos and going for it, but yet there was more control than what we saw in the first half. So it was a bit of a weird one, but fair play to the lads for digging in and making a result of it in the end, and top of the group. And now I think it was so important going away to Belgrade that we can just rest some legs, and because it's going to be big, the logistics of getting out to Saudi Arabia and playing those games on such short notice, and two or three matches in 3 days or something like that. So there's a lot coming up now with Christmas, and you just got to worry about man management as much as being effective and getting results and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm happy, and you know, results of progress, and just keep going onwards and upwards. So happy days, mate. Yeah.
Well, great outcome. Kind of like expected it. Certainly was hoping for it. I think we needed half time. We were off the pace a little bit. Out-muscled by a good centre forward who scored 2 goals on the break. I thought we were a little bit aloof. I thought we had a bit of a poor function this evening. Very rarely we work great in the middle of the pitch. Bernardo, Silva out on the right wing tonight, where he's played before, played in the final there. But the Premier League formula of him playing in the middle of the pitch and Phil Foden on the right, they were switched over tonight. I don't think it worked in the first half. I thought it let Rodri be a little bit exposed, and I thought he looked a bit leggy tonight. Certainly in those early exchanges where we weren't good. I wasn't expecting us to get too much better in the first half. I thought we needed the manager and we needed half time, and as it proved to be, with some fantastic choices, substitutions. Thought Nathan Ake was brilliant, starting the play from the back. Alvarez with his assist and his goal, and obviously Doku I thought was amazing. And I want to make special mention for Phil Foden, who I thought was quite good for 75 minutes, but for the last 15 minutes of the game I thought he was amazing.
Are you coached, by the way, at youth level?
Well, yeah, he was doing that then, but that was all down to his own talent. And we needed him to get on the ball because there weren't many gaps. And I also thought Rico Lewis, who had a mixed evening, but I thought in the last 10 minutes or so, I thought he was great too. So it was a good result. Good for the academy products to play so well by the end of the game. And obviously, fantastic by the manager, at least at half time.
So City win the group, top the group, and it means they'll have home advantage in the second leg of the last 16 game once the competition resumes in the new year. I think in the second half in particular, City did Bell, Lee and Summerbee proud, didn't they? With that great comeback to win by 3 goals to 2. Thanks very much to motoringoffencelawyers.com, to RRG Group and to Timpson for their support, and for you for watching and saying the nice things that you do about the stuff that I do. Thanks very much. I'll be back, of course, for the game against Spurs on Sunday. Big one that again. So I'll see you then. Ain't it great being a Blue?